Have you ever watched your once fearless little girl suddenly go quiet, stop raising her hand, start second guessing everything? Starts earlier than you think. This week on Houston Moms in the Middle, I'm chatting with Michelle Nasser, Executive Director of Girls on the Run Greater Houston, about what low confidence actually looks like in our girls, why so many of them are hiding in hoodies in the Houston heat, and the one question Michelle asks her own daughters instead of telling them what to do. Let's get into it. Hey there. Thanks for joining us for Houston Moms in the Middle. This is a podcast from the team at Houston Moms focused on those in-between years, tweens, teens, even early adulthood. My name is Brandi. I'm one of the co-owners here at Houston Moms, and we are literally Houston moms navigating a lot of the same challenges you are. So we're going to talk about all of it, and we are always open to suggestions. So let me know what you want to hear about. You can email me at brandi@houstonmom.com. That's Brandi with an I at houstonmom.com. Our guest today is Michelle Nasser. She's the executive director of Girls on the Run Greater Houston, an organization that helps thousands of girls across our area build confidence, community, and character. She's also a former college professor, a cancer survivor, and a mom of two middle school daughters. So she is living these years right alongside us. Michelle, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Hey, it's my pleasure. It's good to be here.
Well, first, for folks who don't know what Girls on the Run is, please tell us a little bit about this amazing program.
Yes, amazing it is. Girls on the Run is a girl empowerment organization. We work with girls in 3rd through 8th grade. And I say we work with them, but really volunteer coaches facilitate 20 lessons for the girls over 10 weeks. They meet twice a week, most of the time in their schools. But we have community sites and we have, at parks, at places of worship, community centers, anywhere we can gather 2 coaches and 8 girls, we can have a team. The lessons that the coaches facilitate are built around character development, critical life skills. So the girls learn how to have empathy. They learn how to make good decisions. They learn teamwork and support of each other. It's a confidence building program. So the girls start with, I don't know if I can do that. And then they end up with, watch me smash this goal. It is amazing. And we finish with a celebratory 5K. It's non-competitive and everybody finishes a 5K. And that's the first goal they set. So it's the big goal that they accomplish. And it's just the beginning. When they finish that 5K, you see their, all their confidence and their pride in themselves. And it just sets them on for everything else they'll do after that.
I love that. I'm so glad you pointed out that this is a confidence building program because you see so many girls through Girls on the Run every year. I'm curious, when a girl walks in on day one, what does low confidence look like at that age? What are you seeing? And then when do you notice that it really starts to shift? Is it that 5K, or are there moments along the journey where you see it start to click, that they believe in themselves?
Yeah. So I'll start here. 3rd graders, in the 3rd grade is when girls' confidence starts to dip, when they stop being free and carefree and super joyful and start to think about what everyone else is saying and doing. And so a 3rd grader arriving to her first Girls on the Run practice is curious, not very vocal. She's looking around, and she's not eager to raise her hand. She waits around to see what other kids are doing. A 5th grader starting Girls on the Run for the first time oftentimes is wearing a hoodie. They don't want to show their bodies at all. Wearing a hoodie in Houston, Texas, most of the year,
It's a choice.
outside, is awful. But that's what they're doing. And they won't run. They won't play joyfully. They just kind of shuffle around. That's the first week or 2 until they get what it is. Oftentimes you'll see the older girls, the 5th graders, kind of looking at the lesson and like not caring, shrugging their shoulders. Um, but we introduced play to girls in elementary school, or we reintroduced play. And when they start to play and they start to feel that freedom and joy that comes from play, and they start to feel that their teammates and their coaches are clapping for them and celebrating them and saying, you did it, that's when the shift starts. It's around week 3, so lesson 6 or 7. And the girls are starting to see that they're not alone. They have adults that are cheering them on. And we are celebratory. So we think about progress in, did you do better today than you thought you would do? And that is where they grow, and that is where their confidence begins to build, because they see that they really can do it. And the more that they are able to do, the more they want to do. So 5K is really the culmination of all of it. It is the moment where all of the lessons speak to the girls, and they had that finish line in mind, and they got to it and they crossed it. That's the beginning of it, really. But it is the moment where you see the magic of the program.
That has to be so fulfilling.
It is my favorite part. 5K is my favorite day of the year. And being at the finish line, watching the girls and watching their parents run behind them or next to them and just encouraging that finish, it's such a beautiful day. And when you see it, 800 to 1,000 girls running through that finish line, proud of themselves and eager to see what else they can do, it's magic.
Okay, well, you're a mom of 2 middle school daughters yourself. Are there any, I know I've seen this where if mom tells them to do something, oh, it's whatever, but they need that reinforcement from another adult. So is there anything that you've kind of preached professionally that is harder to get across at, say, the dinner table?
Everything. Everything. So my girls, yes, they have been eating, breathing, sleeping girl empowerment since before birth. Um, and they know that they're strong. They know that they're powerful. They know that they can do anything. And I expect them to rise up to what they can do. Um, but they are, one's 13 and one's 11, and they have both participated in at least 2 seasons of Girls on the Run. So this is all, like repeat to them. They hear it all the time and they see it. But even them, they succumb to peer pressure, to, social media requirements for girls that are incredibly impossible. They, you know, they see what their friends are doing and they see their friends' reactions to things, and then they change themselves a little bit. So at home, it is a constant reminder that you are you and you are awesome. And the best thing you can do is be yourself. And, I still write lunchbox notes. They're at camp this week, and I sent them notes hidden in their luggage to remind them that every moment is an opportunity to be better. And there's power in their voice, but they can only use it if they use their voice. And that the best thing to be is themselves. And so that is a constant reminder and constant work, because it is so easy to look around and say, well, I'm not that blank, not that tall, not that thin, not that fast. And it doesn't matter. The most important thing is to be who you are fully. So yeah, I have coached my girls in Girls on the Run, and that's a challenge because one, it's my mom telling me to do stuff again. But it's also a fun dynamic when they see me pouring into other girls, and then there's a little bit of jealousy. But it's okay. It's all part of growing and sharing and knowing that the lessons they've been hearing are lessons for girls across the board, young girls, older girls, mama girls. They're lessons that we all need to hear, sometimes on repeat.
I'm curious, you touched on social media and its impact on girls this age. Have you seen it really have an impact on their confidence? Or is there anything that you think is kind of overblown?
Social media is outlawed in my house, right? We're not
Oh,
allowed on
wow.
it. None of us, because it's dangerous. But they're tricky, you know. So my daughter is allowed to do Pinterest, and the 13-year-old, and you know, there's reels that sneak in, and healthcare and skincare and all this stuff that just kind of seeps in. Um, what I've seen in her is this generally strong, confident girl will excitedly get ready to go somewhere. And then when we arrive, she looks around and says, "Oh my God, why am I chopped?" You know, that. And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You're beautiful." She's like, "No, my outfit is terrible." I'm like, "No, sister, you are great. You were so excited when you were getting dressed. You know, no, none of this." So I feel like there is that kind of messy message that is sent to girls that no matter how good they feel about themselves, no matter how great they look, no matter what they're wearing, it's not enough.
Mm.
And there's this message to doubt yourself or to, you know, kind of sabotage yourself and I don't know, insult yourself before somebody else can. And I don't know if that's about social acceptance or if it's a need for reinforcement. Like, no, you are awesome. You look whatever they say. You're cooking, you're eating, whatever they say. um, so it's a reminder to me to really continue the message. They need to hear it over and over again that they're great just the way they are.
So if a mom listening can change one thing maybe about how she's communicating with her teen, her tween, her even call I have two college age daughters. Is there something that you find kind of moves the needle the most in that just to build confident girls and young women?
Oh gosh, you know, I'm gonna say what I do. I don't, who knows if it's the right thing to do, and every girl's different, but reminding them, you know, I don't say, hey, do this or do that. I say, remember, you know how something feels when it's the right thing. And you know how something feels when it's questionable or not the right thing. So remember, you have that voice and it's yours and you need to listen to it. Um, and always I ask questions more than tell them things. So how does this feel in your body? You know, and that's one of the lessons we teach our girls on the run, to learn how to hear the messages that your body is giving you.
Mm.
And I ask them all the time, well, how does this feel? Um, and if they, you know, they know. And I even tell them, don't tell me, just answer it for yourself and make your decision that way. And so they, you know, they act accordingly, but also they're tweens and teens and they have to get in a little bit of trouble. That's part of it, right? They have to learn that way.
That's how they learn. Yep.
Yeah. But when I send them off into the world, I, you know, remember your power, remember your manners, remember you're in someone else's home or wherever you are, and just always listen to your body, check in and make sure it feels good.
That's so empowering. Michelle, I know there are a lot of folks who are probably listening who want to learn more or figure out how they can connect with you. What is the best way for them to do that?
The best way, and I feel silly saying this because I don't actually do it myself, but Instagram is where it's all happening. We have an amazing Instagram social media marketing gal, and everything that's happening at Girls on the Run is posted there. There's great photos. You can see what we do. You get all the invitations to all the things we do. But really, if you want to bring Girls on the Run to your school, talk to your principal, call us. We will happily come and, you know, make a presentation and tell the principal all the great reasons why Girls on the Run should be at their school. Um, yeah, and we're all around. We're all around the greater city of Houston, city of Greater Houston. And yeah, we'd be happy to connect and bring more people into the fold of our village.
Wonderful. Well, I am confident we will be talking to you again very soon. But for now, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
New episodes of Moms in the Middle drop every Wednesday, so make sure you're following along. Thanks for being here with us, and we'll see you next week in the middle.